Here, first, when you saw that video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel, did you recognize that Sean Combs?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video is egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. No, being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you
as far as
recognize
everything
him?
I just said,
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your
I don't
experiences?
know him like that. What do you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him. So yeah, it was him.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me. It decides for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
I want to play a conversation that you had on your podcast back in September with Mace. Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Man, it's almost gonna bring me to tears to say this. I just, being that I saw you as such a good friend, I wanted to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on Instagram, man. Don't have me just out here crying and shit, man. I don't want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Yo, who booked me for this joint?
All right.
Wow, and I don't be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks,
man, come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. You enjoy.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Cam went on CNN and put on the show. He put on the show, man. I just want to get you guys' opinions about what was seen there. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start with. We'll start with you first, B-Mad. Like, is this your first time seeing it, or you saw it already?
No, that was my first time seeing it. So you're getting like a raw reaction out of me right now. Wow. Yeah, Cam was wilding on that one. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I'm taking it in. So I mean, it sounds like to me he did. Yeah, really. Hey. That's what they do on their show all day. They say pause every other word, like it's annoying. I ain't gonna lie. First off, congrats to Cameron and Mace for getting that $20 million deal. First off, on their podcast, like first and foremost, salute to you brothers. Second off, I think he was just on there clowning, honestly. I think at this point, yeah, he's a rapper. What do we really what does he owe us? What do we really expect from him? But at the same, like, he's not really a role model per se. But at the same token, I don't think he's a dumb person. I think he was dancing around the questions. I think he didn't want to answer them directly. I think he just didn't want to. He didn't want to have any of those problems. He didn't want to deal with none of that. He didn't want to be out here saying, Diddy did this, Diddy did that, and speaking against Diddy, being from Harlem, living in New York. Everyone knows, Diddy is huge in New York. So, and then, Mason's this guy. I don't know if he really wanted that, on him. I think I think the whole Diddy situation is kind of radioactive, and he just wants to stay far away from it. And, I think he was an asshole on purpose on CNN. That's my thoughts.
All right. I'm going to go to you, Darwin. What was your thoughts about it, sir?
I think he knew he was supposed to be on there, and he knew he was doing an interview about Diddy. I think it's just a media move to go viral, maybe. I think he knew exactly. I think the guys around these type of guys, the team around these guys that plan stuff and put them in front of camera and live television, thoroughly go through everything that's necessary to know what the hell you're getting yourself into and who you speaking on. So I don't think he just, somebody want to interview on CNN. Okay. Nah, I'm not bought into that. So I do wish that, I mean, I get it. You want to maintain the same character you are whenever you're rapping, but I just wish that black men, that are on this high level or whatever. I'm not going to say he's on a high level that gets this much airtime and get airtime like this can, speak in a way where it's, I don't want to try to bash the dude, but the way he talks and his demeanor and his respect for that, the interviewer and all that stuff, and just his representation of a black man doesn't really look good to me. I don't know what the comments look like, but I know he's from New York. I know they got this behavior or this type of, mannerism or whatever. Maybe they give him a pass for it. But for me personally, it's just too gangster, too ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And I think it need to be toned down. That's just me personally. I think you could still be a gangster rapper or whatever and still have some type of decorum whenever you on a platform like that, because a lot of people you met, you don't know they, you have an inspiration. You give inspiration to people that want to be like you or whatever. Not necessarily got to be that kind of demeanor. I mean, I'm lost for words, but I'm pretty sure y'all get the picture. So I'm gonna just let somebody else talk about it.
All right, I'm gonna go to you, Shannon. Darwin says he was ghetto. What are your thoughts about it, man?
He was, but he was doing that because he's speaking to his. So what's happening is mainstream. People are starting to ignore mainstream media, and people, thanks to the internet and social media and podcasts and iPhones and shows like this and instant messages and DMs, we can all talk to each other without being told what the news is telling us. And so what's happening now, it used to be a proud moment for a rapper or an artist or some sort of celebrity or movie star to be invited to the news station to talk about a particular current event. It was an honor to go and sit on, Maury or Oprah's sofa and sit down at the talk show and be able to discuss your life, go on to the late night show with whoever and sit down and talk about your upcoming whatever. And now people aren't watching that stuff. And because people know that the mainstream media lies the way they do, people have figured out that they manipulate stories, and oftentimes the anchors or the people that's interviewing you are just shills for a bigger purpose they're not falling for it no more. So when he was invited, he was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna use this opportunity to talk to my people. Everybody knows that I'm not a sports guy, but I've tapped into that show a few times, and they just keep it raw. They curse, they tell you like it is. They talk about, the basketball game or the football game, and it's almost like you just chilling at somebody's barbecue, watching the game at their house. And so he's talking like that. He's, popping whatever, some kind of Viagra or whatever, talking about he's about to go smash after the show. He said that live on CNN and got his sunglasses on. He don't want to be there, but he knows he needs to be there for people like us to discuss it. And the thing is, his audience that he's trying to build are the ones that love what he did on that show. So it's ghetto. He's absolutely right. However, he's speaking to his ghetto audience or the others because most people that caters to Cameron and Mace talking about sports ain't watching CNN. So what he's doing or if they are watching CNN, they don't know about him. And so when he goes on CNN, he just said, hey, y'all don't want to fuck with the CNN shit, asking these silly questions all about Diddy, every question back to back to back about Sean Combs. Get off of that shit. Come see me. And he threw out his time slot, said, you want to tap in with me? Come check me out. And he's siphoning, funneling, and pulling audiences from mainstream media to our own personal shit. So, I don't watch the news like that. And you know where I go to get news? I go to Twitter and I come here. I go to YouTube to get the latest and the greatest about whatever the fuck happened recently. Like, the helicopter crash that happened in Iran where the president and the prime minister died. I didn't get that from CNN. I didn't get that from Fox. I didn't get that from MSNBC. I got that from Twitter. And then after that, I came straight to YouTube to get the details. So people like Cameron he knows what he's doing. And that was all played out. He's been media trained. He's not new in the game. He's 20 plus years of being a celebrity. He knew exactly that was a professional hit that he did on CNN just now. So that's just how that rolls, man.
Shane, how about that plug though? How about that plug?
One? I mean, show?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
he
free
sits
advertising.
like,
free advertising.
Exactly. Millions of people in front of millions of people.
Yeah, and so he's saying, listen, and if y'all don't like how I am, you don't like me sunglasses, and I'm about to go get some pussy after this show, and then don't come. Stay right here at CNN. But if you my kind of people, come check me out. And now CNN may never bring him back, and he's okay with that because he never needed to get called in the first place. So that's just how you work that.
Well, let me ask you.
He was like, y'all should have called Mace. He said, y'all should have called Mace. He had to call me. He was signed to him. I wasn't signed to him.
What do you think? What do you think they was going? Let's say he didn't know they was going to talk about Diddy. What did y'all think he thought they was going to talk about?
Again, like they said on the Apollo 6 mission back in 1968, what ifs are meaningless. The reality is he knew. We could come up with hypothetical scenarios and figure out, but he knew what he was going up there for. And then he knew how to play. He knew the answer is 3-4 questions about it and then make it seem like, what am I doing here? So
then made it go viral. And then made it go viral on top of that.
Yeah, to answer the hypothetical, why would they call him if it wasn't for Puff to talk about what his podcast deal, to talk about his latest album that's coming out? He knows there is no other reason why he was called to CNN, and that's why he went. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go up here, siphon off maybe 10, 20,000 new followers off of CNN, and then y'all call me back in a couple years if you need me.
All right. Let me go ahead and go to you, Mr. Hink. What are your thoughts about it, sir? Hink.
Oh man, shit, you kind of cut out for me. My bad. Yeah, I put it in the thing like, why did they ask him? I mean, what was his purpose? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did try to get at Mace first. Maybe he was the first one they tried to get. He just didn't want to talk to him about it. You know, so Cam said, man, shit, tell him to get at me. I'll talk. So he made the decision. He gonna get up there and talk. And like Shane said, fuck it. I'm gonna answer about 2 or 3 questions. Let him know how I really feel about the situation, and then I'm gonna talk about my channel. And he did exactly. Look, her Cameron's been trash ever since his damn Diplomat album came out, man. I'm not.
I get computers puking.
Man,
Hank, you're not
terrible,
a fan of Cam? You're not a fan of Cameron with the pink furs and Dipset? You're not a fan of
You
that?
gotta check out his new freestyle, bro. You wildin'.
No, man, it's gonna be trash too, Trey. You don't need to try to sell me on some bullshit. Look, man, he did what he's supposed to do. He got some publicity for his channel. He went up there and had a viral moment, you know what I'm saying, talking about he's gonna get some cheeks. Right then and there, they probably should have cut it. They should have known he was about to go left. He talked crazy like he's drinking on some substance that nobody has any idea about. Should have known it right then and there, but they want to keep going. They want to keep entertaining him. And guess what? He gave him a show. So I hope CNN got the money worth. It makes CNN look just as bad as they always look on every situation that they're involved in. I mean, you know, shout out to them for getting a videotape and be the first to release it. But other than that, they've done nothing good.